It's March 27th, 2022. Today would have been a wedding anniversary with the rapist and attempted murderer, had I not been able to get away, but I did, so I'm still alive, not whatever. I'm watching a Oscar. Oh, we do leave scars on the children, both mentally, verbally, and visually. I'm like, it's like a data torrent, honestly, and a defense mechanism, a data torrent, I can tap into only because it's evolved in some whatever, and they have volition capabilities nowadays in the general's public. So I additioned myself, whatever. I'm sidelining in a gypsum way. I feel I've been gypped. I honestly, if I'm really honest with myself, I feel like I've been gypped out of the entire process. I feel like I got sidelined at an early classification and they just completely tore into a new facet. Like, all right, let's just give this one amnesia daily so she has no foresight. We'll install some hindsight that we already know it didn't work because it didn't pass muster. And then as she goes through, we'll reduce the capacity or ability to recall. And then this way, the member situation will never be matched up right and they'll just do insidious things. Now, I'm watching Pacific Rim at the moment. Came out in 2013, so a year after Nucci was born. And I'm learning a new vernacular or new vocabulary, whatever they volitioned it the way that they did. I mean, they took condensed classified information and they threw it out into the general public and then they put Oscars on it, like A-lister, like pretty people. And I mean, I don't know where petty people are, but it's the small things in chalk lines and pronounced dead on arrival in some mechanical Jager to gypsy driver. Again, is it the first brain or the second brain? It when you vote when you have to voice your concerns to mission control in a okay, maybe there are white guys that are alive and are still good somewhere in the world. They just don't exist in this edition of New York that I've found. I've never neural networked with Tiafrio. I can't drift with him. I mean, it's a one-way street there. I we're not of the same stock, creed, or breed. So and he's under 6 foot, so it was definitely a visual that was in line with all off from the beginning, off guard. Now watching Pacific Rim in its whatever, in its volition, I did not catch the studio and academy that threw it into a volition, whatever, but to recapture classified documents and information that were thrown out by some other money making machine in some organized crime fashion. How does one recapture their most precious Lord of the Rings of Olympian champions and so on and so forth? Just curious in maybe a meta format, metaphysical format. But the problem is, from what I've seen, the meta representatives in some one hacker way format, the representatives that appear in the New York to my face are again the wrong genealogy. So it gets a little confusing in frogs that can speak or frogs that taper themselves and not wanting to become gypsum and some calcium carbonate that makes really fine sidewalk chalk to draw lines that when it rains it just seems to wash away. So, speaking of drift, there's this one piece of this crazy scientist, whatever, who drifts and neural networks with a non-human, which is highly unethical in the field, but on the big screen of scars, and all the scars of past whatever attempts at whatever frogs do for fun, it speaks of some past perhaps strategists or dead defense whatever arguments maybe, and sometimes you have to resurrect a Jager machine because you have somebody so bad and you still have gypsum pilots, and they need to be able to enjoy the biomechanics of human since they went through all the effort of not aborting the mission prior to the arrival. They threw them into this construct and nobody really wants to be here. I mean, not the way this horrific acclimate was built. So on that actuality, here's the gentleman after he neurally networks with the beast and trying to get his words and construct together to effectively communicate with a human as to what he's done. Except here's the thing, I could communicate as effectively as the vocabulary and construct for which I'm introduced into at all times. It is the receivership of the ear that bothers to listen and what their prior knowledge was as to how the receivership works in a introspective to whatever exo relation of lending an ear.
Region drifted with a kaiju.
Majuru on that for kaiju.
He's sort of dazed. I don't exactly know. I told you it would work.
Yes, you did.
And it's funny, in listening to the word pattern for his intonation, like a melodic differential, because he speaks out of a vocal mandible to maximal with a buccal definement of something different and accentuate for physiological anatomical capabilities. He says the word mock, but it sounds mark. And I'm like, that is an interesting side note for Special Task Force Mark in mock. Now I see a new pairing, like a fine wine at the chef's whatever, for which I don't normally, I'm not molecular biologist.
Well, what'd you see?
You know, it was only a fragment of a brain, so really all I was able to get was like a series of images or impressions, you know, like when you blink your eyes over and over and over again, all you really see are like frames of, it was emotional.
See, now he sounds crazy, but this man knows that he has everything wired in, built in, some, we don't share this level of information, but he wants to extract it. Problem is, when he walks away, what they did with me is they then got a whole bunch of people to turn on me and make me look like the crazy one and leave me with the piece of shit Tia 1975, for which I do not drift nor neurally network with. And they knew that. Not that I spoke to them. Who remembers an amnesia gets a little difficult. And then who documents things, shares all the wrong things, tries to build new Jager where it wasn't approved. Again, no access to mission control. It is difficult with prowess as to how to effectively communicate, kind of, sort of, in a not really kind of a way, when you know things, but you know that you're not supposed to talk about things, but you're being affected by things by withholding things.
Okay, Newton.
Hey, sir.
Newton, look at me. Now I want you to take your time and be very specific.
Okay. Well, don't feel like they're just following some sort of animalistic urge, just hunting and gathering. And I think they're attacking us under orders.
That's impossible.
Is that impossible?
It's impossible.
Because...
You know what? Why don't you get to the camera?
You! Shut up!
Yes.
You! Keep talking.
These beings, these masters, they're colonists. They overtake worlds. They just
Oh, colonists, where have I seen that in the Americas? Oh my God, yeah, no, I have some unrest in the colonies. In case, this is my non-crazy face, in case anybody was curious, I have paperwork from international community about the unrest in the colonies, and right, but the crazy movie producers, oh my God, they talk about the master's work, and I'm just mentioning that sometimes in the field things go sideways, and more eyesores and faccia brute, e tu brute, yeah.
consume them, and then they move on to the next. And they've been here before in sort of a trial run. It was the dinosaurs. But the atmosphere wasn't conducive, right? So they waited it out. And they waited it out. And now, with ozone depletion and carbon monoxide polluted waters, well, we practically terraformed it for them. Because now they're coming back. It's perfect. See, the first wave, that was just the hounds. Categories 1 through 4, it was nothing. Their sole purpose was to aim for the populated areas to take out the vermin, us. The second wave, that is the exterminators. And they will finish the job. And then, the new tenants will take possession.
Oh, new tenants! Oh my God! Did somebody at the Demons of Democracy tell the Republic of somebody owes dad money? He gets very angry, and then he tends to not be so forgiving of the demon children when they get their part wrong. Just curious. Because there is a real sport going on at all times. They never seem to quit in the, making this a priority of running Crazy Town elsewhere, where they know that, the scat is just, wait, what? Right, I mean, I'm just saying, there is some semblance of truth in the serum and syrupy whatever.
The identical DNA in the two separate kaiju organs is because they are grown.
Eugene, I need you to do it again. I need more information.
Well, I can't do it again. I mean, unless you have a fresh kaiju brain lying around. Do you?
But we were having that conversation, I don't want to do human again. Under 6 foot human? No. Do not want to waste any more of this biological mechanic waiting out in the field with some less than... No. Not happening. And here we are. And now at the feast, like the beginning of a career when everything is so fresh and you've been gypped, you've been duped, we know about it, we are trying to fix things, but holy hell. It even says gypsy danger on the wall because the writing's been on the wall, but it's the support staff that's really giving us a run for that money to give back to Dad so we can keep some semblance of what appeared to be freedom at one point, but now really feels like a tether to somebody else's master. And did he sell the children? I mean, like.
Come on, Lincoln. Time for the drop.
Hey, kid. Yeah? Don't get cocky. Years before.
Cocky? Is that like the cockles of my heart are so warmed by the love that my brothers show? I'm just curious because I haven't seen the brothers that I love. They must be out fighting Outer Rim. I mean, this is Pacific Rim. I'm just learning how to speak Pacific, kind of sort of in a not really underground way. But Outer Rim is the reaches for which, when time stands still and Dad needs a meeting, oh my, right, yeah, here's the update on my end.
You wouldn't have picked my brother Yancey and I for heroes. No chance.
Alright, let's suit up and kick some ass.
Well, it sounded like he said Yahtzee, but that gets really dicey with that Yahtzee-Chotsy reference, I'm just saying.
We were never star athletes. Never at the head of the class.
That sounds like my son Ben and Alex. I'm just saying. I mean, if I'm a Jager and these are my two all-stars on deck, like, you know, through cosmic nursery, they're coming one way or the other, and I hold that being gypped from enjoying the fathers of whatever on the inside, and then I have to bear that fruit as it comes to light and fruition. I mean, that's a way to explain a Jaeger in this, but we have drift. I mean, I certainly had drift with them. There was a lot of bonding time on the field before that was taken from me in some human sanction. I'm like, I have nothing. You've already gypped me out of 36 years. What, now you're going to extend gypping me out for another to 43? Like, I don't really see a benefit here for the human species. Just call me like, you know, the Majuru from elsewhere.
But we could hold our own in the fight. And it turned out we had a unique skill. We were drift compatible.
And watch, they take out an eye spine in caudal equine, and they install a different type of animal hybrid, let's call it. For we're not all built for the same purpose.
Data on health, data relay channel, dispersing, circuitry set.
It's almost like, which mother are you choosing? Because they didn't shut the machine off and they didn't fix the machine before. And this particular one didn't get her abortion before she was pulled in through the female that came before her.
Good morning, Bacon boys.
Tando, what's happening, my man?
How'd that date with Allison go last night, Mr. Choi?
Oh, she loved me. Her boyfriend, not so much.
You're gonna get your ass kicked.
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, brother.
Gauge drop, Mr. Choi.
Get your drop, sir. Marshal Pentecost on deck. Security comp pod, getting ready to drop. Coupling confirmed, sir.
Engage pilot to pilot protocol.
Engaging now.
Pilot to pilot connection. Pulse awareness.
How does one build a breeding stock female in some alien hybrid way on a planet with special purpose but also special partnership? How are they going to do that in the theatrical department?
Gypsy Danger, ready in the line, sir.
Rangers, this is Marshal Snacker Pentecost. Prepare for neural handshake.
Starting in 15 seconds.
Now, is he the Gypsy Danger? I'm just, that he's the commander for this. I'm just, or is it because he also, again, there's a lot of confusion in these movies.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Ready to step into my...
Is this like a repair module? Again, with what made the damage prior generation? Because, like, I mean, again, we're multiple degenerates coming in. So it becomes, I mean, we're not the corrupted ones, but someone's corrupted the system and degraded it. And our pay grade technically should be higher, but accounting office seems to be off in the... I don't see the payoff or trade-off.
Age before beauty, old man.
Five, 4,
Neural handshake. Initiate.
The Drift. Jager tech. Based on DARPA jet fighter neural systems. 2 pilots.
Whoa, DARPA and Jager and neural network. There's some key up words that... Whatever.
Pilots mind melding through memories with the body of a giant machine. The deeper the bond, the better you fight.
neural handshake, strong and holding.
Right hemispheres, calibrating.
Left hemisphere calibrating.
And Mom earned her stripes in complete isolation, complete detachment from any reality that any of the crazy delusional we're trying to paint her into or trying to get her to accept. Doesn't feel right, doesn't look right. And I'm not buying it. Not buying into it either.
Gentlemen, your orders are to hold the Miracle Mile off Anchorage. Copy.
Copy that.
Miracle Mile. Funny he should say that. I took my little white Mini Cooper down to Manhasset, right? Oh, Manhasset, New York. And I opened up my sun or moonroof, whatever you call it. I cranked up the music. Don't remember what was on. And I screamed out of the window as everybody was having lunch. I went really slow right down the Miracle Mile. I was like, you all are such a waste of national security money. I'm not feeling like I'm secure and I can see where you're wasting it. Oh, it was a really great day. Yeah, well, I mean, again, it's not like I don't tell them how useless they are. I mean, I just, again, have no access to money or anything to protect myself or upkeep even, being as symbolic in the movie trade as ever in, oh, did we scar that one? Yeah, you did. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.